Welcome to Glorious Botafogo, your number one source of Botafogo news in English. It is the second loss in a row and a very important loss. It's a loss that was certainly and definitely not on the plans for the 2025 season. Now, speaking of plans for the 2025 season, it's very apparent that there was no plans for the 2025 season because we started the season late. We made several changes. We should have never hired the guy that we hired at the beginning of the year. And with that in mind, we made the wrong signings. And now we are here in the middle of the year trying to piece everything together with a new manager and several senses of the word new. New to the club, new to the profession. As of head manager, yes, he's been there as a assistant manager. And we don't do our job at home, which is winning by a good margin at home. And then we go to the altitude in Ecuador and we lose. Yes, we lost on a penalty that originated from a corner kick that never happened. Alexander Barbosa won the tackle and it was a goal kick for Botafogo. It was a goal kick. The ref and the linesman pointed to a corner, and off of that corner, off a loose ball, one of the players from LDU kicked it, and it hit Marlon Freitas in the arm. Yes, he extended the arm, clear penalty. But it should have never happened because that corner never happened. So this game should have gone to penalty kicks. So yes, the referees had a direct hand on our loss today. But also, the way that we prepared for this 2025 season, we don't deserve any titles this year. We don't deserve anything. We don't deserve anything. We don't deserve the Brasileirão, and we're basically done there. We're 14 points behind first place. So that's basically done because we don't have the depth in the squad. We're playing with a left back as center back. Oh, okay. Yes, our main center back got injured. The guy that came to replace him would arguably take his spot. He got injured. And then the guy that was substituting him, he got injured too. And now we're playing with a left back as a center back. So we got eliminated from the Libertadores. And now we only have the Copa do Brasil and the Brasileirão. And to be quite honest, we're not going to win the Brasileirão. Just there's players in the squad, but the quality is not there. Tuco Correa is one of the worst Argentines I've ever seen wearing our jersey. Compare him to Thiago Almada, it is night and day. Correa is lifeless on the pitch. It's like he's 45 years old playing at the end of the year barbecue match with his friends. It's ridiculous how uninterested in the match Correa is. That's actually the right word. He's uninterested in playing football because if he had any sort of interest in it, he would put an effort into playing. But Tuco Correa doesn't put any effort into anything he does. And then there's also the mistakes of signing Juan Cruz that we spent a lot of money on. And then signing Arthur Cabral and not having somebody that is up to his level to substitute him in matches. And then we have to put up with Correa. Or we have to use Savarino as a false nine, which has worked before, but it's not going to work in every match. Who's the right winger? We don't have a right winger. We're using Jefinho now that he's kind of started to play, and Jefinho made a great play today. The way that he dribbled that center back, the center back tackled and got a red card, which was able to get Botafogo to attack more. But why did it take so long for that to happen? In the first 5 minutes of the game was kind of back and forth. And then Quito scored at the 6th minute because we are unable to clear the ball. It's like watching a bunch of 8-year-olds playing out in the field. I complain to my 14-year-olds that they don't clear the ball. And here I see professionals not clearing the ball. And then goal. And then it's just pressure and pressure and pressure and pressure. It was 40 minutes of not doing anything. Every now and then finding a pass. Marlon Freitas had a chance in the first half to chip the goalkeeper. He didn't quite execute it well. Savarino had a chance inside the box, shot it over the crossbar. And then on the second half, we kind of started again and going. And then Quito scored. And then we had no option but to go on the offense. We boxed them in. But nothing happened from that. Botafogo gets to Ecuador 2 days before the match. They have one training session. And yes, and Ancelotti was saying that they've been preparing for months to play in the altitude. Where is the preparation? We didn't see anything, any preparation that paid off here. We lost 2-0 against a team that uses the home field condition probably better than anybody else in this tournament. LDU from Quito hasn't lost at home in over 26 matches. 26. And they use the home field advantage. They use the altitude. The ball travels faster. You run out of oxygen faster. You get tired faster. That's why they were taking shots upon shots upon shots on goal. Look at the first half. Look at the amount of shots from outside the box they took on John. They were trying to catch John off guard because the ball travels faster at a high altitude. We didn't seem like we were preparing for that because we were just letting them shoot. So where was the preparation for those shots from outside the box? And it just didn't happen. And then why do I say the Brasileirão is over? Well, because on Sunday, August 17th, I didn't record a video for that match. On Sunday, August 17th, Botafogo lost to Palmeiras at home at the Newton Santos by 1-0. A direct opponent in the race for the title. And we lost. Now, Palmeiras has 10 points ahead of Botafogo, and now Flamengo has 13. Yes, Botafogo has 2 less matches than some of these teams in the Brasileirão. But let's just say we get 6 points from those 2 matches. 6 points will put us at 35 points. Flamengo has 1 less match. Palmeiras has 2 less matches, so Palmeiras could be right there again. So potentially we could be 5 to 8 points behind first place when everything levels up. Do we have the depth on the squad for that to happen? I don't think so. So our best bet right now is to win a competition that we have never won before, which is the Copa do Brasil. Okay, we didn't win the Libertadores before we won it last year. Okay, yes, I get it. But now we have 2 competitions, so less matches, more time for the players to rest, which it's kind of spaced out now because we only have the Copa do Brasil in the Brasileirão. Can we do it? We play Vasco da Gama, a big derby, in the quarterfinals. And if we win the quarterfinals, we most likely go into the semifinals against Bahia. I'm not discounting the team that they're playing, but I'm just saying that's who I think it's going to be. I'm not discrediting Vasco either because Vasco just beat Santos 6-0 with Neymar on the pitch. They might have just found the confidence they were looking for. But honestly, it seems like, and I have defended John Textor here several times. I have criticized John Textor here several times, and now is the time to criticize. This whole debacle with Olympique Lyonnais and being tied over there and not being present on the day-to-day operations until, excuse my language, until the shit hit the fan in France and he got kicked out of there. It wasn't until then that he was present in the day-to-day at Botafogo. And now he's finding himself being tugged away again from all these the meetings between him and Eagle Football and him and Marinakis. Get it done. Get the situation over with. Get a deal with Ares. Either find Marinakis to help you and purchase the club from Ares and tug us away from the holding, or B, find a solution within the holding itself so we can stay in the holding and this can all be water under the bridge, or have a serious talk with the social club and move on, because things will come down very quickly. Very quickly. Things are about to, if the shit hit the fan over there, the shit's about to hit the fan here. It already is. The report said that Botafogo has 2 to 3 months worth of capital to pay salaries. What happens then? At the end of the season, in December, does our money run out then? We have all of these debts, all these things that in the financial reports that were not clearly explained. This 2025 season has been a complete disaster on the administrative side. Complete disaster on the administrative side. We see some success on the pitch here. We're in 5th place in the Brasileirão. We're in the Libertadores zone right there. We're in the quarterfinals of the Copa do Brasil, and we were in the round of 16 of the Libertadores, which we just got knocked out of. But it will catch up. And if we don't do anything about it and do anything about it fast, control the situation, because in December or in January, February of next year, we're going to be looking at the 2024 season and we're going to be reminiscing of a time where it could have been. That's all I'm going to say.